Welcome to episode 10.
I'm Rae.
And I'm Tiff.
And this is Bangable, the podcast.
Where we talk brains, beauty, and balls.
The ultimate guide to being truly bangable.
What up, y'all?
We here on episode 10, and we got some stuff in store for you.
And we're tired.
We're very tired, and that is what we are going to talk to you about. I know, super excited.
So we are very tired today. Rae and I have been working our asses off.
Yeah, we've been working nonstop. When I say nonstop, I literally mean nonstop. I have slept an hour, and my shift between all my jobs, I work 34 hours on an hour of sleep. So I'm nice and slap happy for you beauties and ballers today.
I have slept as of now. It was earlier, like this was the busiest week of my career. I did 3 times my average sales this week.
She killed it this week.
And taught a class, and did the podcast, and am working on my Behind the Chair one shot, which is soon going to take over my entire living room.
Oh, I'm excited. There's hair everywhere.
Yes, let me tell you,
Everywhere.
I'm Khaleesi from Game of Thrones and all up in here, braids for days.
Braids for days. I'm on my 75th wind right now, so I am like so ready to go, but I know in any minute I'm just going to be like out for the count. I actually started hallucinating at about 5:30 this morning as I was driving home, and I thought there was someone in my back seat. You need sleep. So we are talking beating fatigue. We're going to go the healthy route and the desperate measures, because I absolutely reached desperate measures. What about you?
Yes, considering I woke up and blacked out for an hour of a nap and had no idea what day, time, or what was happening, I definitely need to work on this.
I was just
think
thinking
about
blacked
this.
out because you actually just took a nap.
Oh, I took a nap, but I woke up. It was a 1 hour nap, and I woke up and thought it was 6 p.m. I was confused because I normally wake up about 6 a.m.
But that means it was good sleep, though. If you wake up and you have no idea what day it is, then I feel like that's the best.
Yeah, I also laid on the salon floor for half an hour while one of my clients was processing, just because my posture is so bad that I was trying to like straighten out my back. But luckily I had massage, which is what I was taking a nap for before massage. Thank goodness I did. I would have like passed out snoring my entire nap.
I want a massage.
Yeah.
By the way, my voice is, I'm sounding like a 60-year-old smoker. From screaming in the loud atmosphere, my throat is done for.
Yeah, that's what you said to me last time we recorded. It's because my voice was still so just going.
Yeah, I know.
Just going.
Sound terrible, but it's okay.
You sound like you have that beautiful, wonderful smokers.
Is that a thing? The beautiful smoke?
It's not beautiful or wonderful.
I'm raspy, sexy smoker, whatever it is. I got it. So, we want to talk about the healthy way to beat fatigue, which I think we both do actually.
Yes, I think we're both very good at this.
I think we both do it, but I think we also just work ridiculous hours, and some weeks are better than others. I mean, not better, but like more busy than others. So I think no matter how much healthy stuff you do in order to combat fatigue, sometimes you hit the desperate measures. Doesn't matter what you're going to do, you're going to be freaking tired.
Exactly. You're just going to have to do something, figure it out, make it work, I always say you make time for the things you want to make time for. It doesn't matter how much you're doing. I think also, especially as women, we tend to do this more because we are very nurturing and want to take care of other people, even when we have nothing left to give. We will here's my soul. Like, I ain't got nothing else, but you're gonna I will figure it out, fit it in. So here's some tips.
Yeah, and I will say though, the one thing I do love almost more than anything else, is sleeping. Like, I love sleeping, but I don't ever make time for it.
Yes. Are you good for naps?
Oh, napping? I actually sleep better during the day. Like, I have a magic blanket, which are just with the super soft, fuzzy blankets. And there's one spot on my couch that when I get in my fuzzy blanket, I get in that couch, it does not matter who comes in. My roommates were all like raging and talking and clacking pans and cooking. I was out. It's like, that's fine. But my naps aren't like disco naps, which are like 30 minutes. My naps are like full on like 5-hour naps.
It's called just going to sleep.
I like my disco naps though. Every once in a while you just need that little bit of shut eye.
Well, that's what, like, I'm good with 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh.
And then if I make myself get up, then I have energy. If I sleep more than that, I'm done. Like, my brain, my body, everything has shut off. So I just need, I actually find it better to meditate versus taking a nap.
Sleeping,
yeah, like close my eyes but stay awake so that I can just rest my brain without shutting my body off. Because once I shut my body off, like I said, I have 2 speeds, 100 miles an hour, and park.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Like
100%.
Like I go and then I pass out.
Our first tip is to actually sleep.
Yeah.
Like I think that means like a normal sleep schedule. Like if you can train your body to go to sleep and wake up at the same time, obviously people talk about it all the time. It makes a big difference.
What time do you wake up?
Well, that's the thing. I can't.
What is your because they say everything happens on a circadian rhythm. So what is your circadian rhythm?
I actually I think that's my problem is that I don't actually have a circadian rhythm because my hours of work, like on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Sundays but now it's all screwed up. I work on the podcast, I work all during the day, but now Wednesday through Sunday, I'm sometimes working from 7 p.m. to, by the time I get home, 6 a.m. So I don't really have that way of getting up every single time, but
yeah.
I tend to wake up around 11,
okay,
no matter what. But yeah, it just depends, because when I'm going to bed at 6, if I can sleep in until 2, I totally will.
yeah.
But I normally have other stuff to do. I just gotta.
That's what mine is. 6:30, between 6 and 6:30 is the first time I really wake up for the day, and then I'm pretty much up by 7:30.
I started doing this more since since you got your sauna. I realized how relaxing it is, or if you have one at your gym, saunas are really good for physical rejuvenation, I feel like, because
absolutely,
you don't necessarily need to take a nap or sleep, but it is relaxing. Your body releases so much toxins,
and it forces every muscle in your body to relax because of the heat, especially in infrared, which does it so much better than just being in a hot room.
Yeah,
which is why living in Florida, going outside isn't the same as being in an infrared sauna.
Well, you were in New York, and I was staying here to dog sit. Every day before my shift, I would go in the sauna for 20 minutes, and it made such a difference on how my body felt after I was done working too. It is really nice. So
well, it's like warming up and actually doing warm up exercise, because 30 minutes in the sauna does your body the same as running.
And you feel refreshed because you sweat, and then you go and you hop in a shower, you feel so refreshed. Mm-hmm. So I always say, even if it's not all the time, if you do have a sauna in your gym, take the 10, 20 minutes and just sit in it, because it does a lot of wonders for you. Third thing, it's my favorite thing, I will only get a house if I have a bubble bath. Bubble bath is the same idea as the sauna, I feel like, because you're just relaxing,
putting your whole body into the warm.
Yeah, I'm a full advocate for bubble baths as a relaxing technique, and it actually helps you sleep better too, I feel like. But
you also need to take your vitamins, though, because vitamins are important, even though I have a hard time taking vitamins unless they're gummies. But they are important. The most important ones that I take are actually potassium and the most important ones I take are actually potassium and sodium, just because I fast so much to balance my electrolytes, and then a good one a day. But just to keep the best. Just not random. Tony Robbins, who is, my hero, has these lozenges that are B12 and folate lozenges. They have changed so much. I love taking them during the day because they give you that second kick.
B12, because actually most people are naturally deficient in B12, and the number one way in order to get B12, you can take B12 vitamins, but I forget the percentage, but only a low percentage of the vitamin you're taking is actually absorbed, unless you're doing it by oral. So the liquid drops or the lozenges, it's absorbed better. Yeah,
because you let it slowly dissolve. But it's also 2,000 times the amount that you need.
Well, yeah, because your body can only will absorb as much, and then you just kind of like pee out the rest. That's what I learned when I was repping for Zip Fizz. But I like to take, and I will fully support these vitamins. It's called Liquid Gold vitamins. You can buy them on Amazon, and you can get them in the pills, which the pills are huge, so I don't like taking those. But they have a liquid form, and it tastes amazing. You just use the top as a shot cup, and it has literally everything you can think of under the sun in it, on top of like stuff I've never even heard of. But within like 2 weeks, I can feel way more awake. My skin's better. You just feel better. I found out about them because my little brother has severe celiac, which means it's also autoimmune, so his body doesn't absorb vitamins the same, and that's what the doctor prescribed for him.
Okay.
So it absorbs insanely fast, and it's really good. So I take my liquid gold vitamins every single morning, and my amla powder.
Oh, yes. You gave me a sample of this, but I don't know where it is.
My mom sent this bag of amla powder to me, and she said start putting this in your protein shakes every morning, which I drink every morning. It's also, if you get powdered vitamins like spirulina or whatever, you should put that in there. But amla is now the #1 antioxidant in the whole world, and it's very, very good for fighting cancer. They actually have they have studies, if you look it up, that show that amla powder actually is more effective than most diabetes medications.
Oh, wow.
So awesome. I'm not saying to stop taking your diabetes medications, but do the research and see, because that's a nice thing to add to your diet if you do have diabetes. Not to mention, you can also add water to it and make it a paste and put it on your skin, and it clears up your skin as a face mask.
Oh, really? Can we do that?
Yeah. In 20 minutes, you leave it on, and then you use it as kind of like an exfoliant. You wash it off with warm water, and it does amazing things for wrinkles and breakouts.
Oh, I have all those stress. I have so many stress breakouts on my neck just because working so much, doing so much.
My skin hates me because I have to wear full makeup for work, and I'm sweating a ton, and so I've been using it for that.
So let's talk about desperate measures.
Oh,
you know, when you can't be healthy, you know, like sleep correctly, go to the sauna.
Life doesn't work out that way, and if it does work out that way for you, then well, screw you. Okay, screw you.
So these are all the things that we've done this last week.
Yeah, this week.
Besides sleep, you know, and all those crazy things.
Well, sleep wasn't an option, so this is another thing. Blowfish. We say it every episode for hangovers, but
people don't understand.
I actually took it not hungover at all, just because it's easy to drink. It tastes like lemon seltzer water, and it gives you. It doesn't matter. I've had 3 shots of espresso. Blowfish blows it out of the water.
I don't understand why it works.
Do you see what I did there?
Yeah, that
blows. Do you see what I did? Yeah.
What?
I said it blows it out of the caffeine out of the water. Blowfish blows coffee out of the water.
Oh,
see what I did there?
Yes,
it wasn't as funny that I explained it, but it was funny originally.
No, but I actually sometimes worry that I have an addiction to it because it works so well, and unlike coffee, it just like it gives you that pep, that everything that you are searching for, plus makes your body feel good.
It has other stuff in it, but I think the aspirin and the caffeine, whatever else is in it that's mixed together, it takes away that like dumb sleep brain that you have.
Everything. I think like if Blowfish was smart, they could take over even Starbucks. Because all those people that love Starbucks who pay $5 for coffee.
For shitty coffee.
Yeah. And essentially a milkshake with coffee. In reality.
Did you ever want to have one drink that equals your 2,000 calories per day? Go to Starbucks and spend $10 on a Frappuccino.
Exactly. But you can have this Blowfish. It'll give you that pick you up that you need and make your body actually, because of the aspirin in it, make your body take away your pains, give you that pep and the zest, and then, I mean,
it's good to go. Obviously, energy drinks, we support Bang.
Yes, that is
because
our favorite.
I mean, I know that I used to drink Monsters, and then I ended up just doing it as a routine to drink Monsters, but it wasn't actually doing anything. Bang is the only one that I found that I actually sometimes won't even drink the whole one, which is unheard of, because it works that well.
That unicorn key one, I don't actually, what was it called? Unicorn
rainbow or something?
Yeah, I'm going to call it unicorn key.
I like unicorn key better.
Unicorn key, that one was freaking amazing. Yeah, I also really like the blueberry, what is that?
The Blue Raz?
No, the blueberry, not from Bang, from the other one.
Red Bull?
Yes, the blueberry Red Bull is the only Red Bull that I would drink.
See, I actually like the sugar-free Red Bull.
Do you?
But it doesn't do anything for me.
It does,
do
yeah.
anything for me. Now, this is probably very unhealthy for us to say, but
we do not condone this in any way.
No, but we are talking desperate measures, and we're honest. We gotta be honest. Diet pills.
Yeah.
I don't like to use them very often, but in times of desperate measures, diet pills will do the trick, but you will also feel cracked out.
Yes, and remember, like, I used to take D3 Cellucor Thermal Shock when I would serve in restaurants because it would give you that cracked out energy.
But your eyes might start twitching.
And you might start sweating profusely and look like an insane person.
I already sweat like a freaking man, and so but on that stuff, it's just another level. One of my favorite things to do, and I did this when I was in school, when I would work nighttime and have the morning shifts, when the pool was really cold, which they normally kept our neighborhood pool really cold, I would just wake up in my sports bra and boy shorts. I wouldn't even put on a bathing suit, and I would just go jump in the pool. And that same thing, I guess, works for the shower. But something about just jumping in, that cold water shock, like it shocks your system, and you're like, okay, let's go.
That's what I remember driving home from Fort Myers while opening a restaurant. So I drove home at 5 a.m. and the only thing that kept me awake, I had a Miata. I would take down the top. It was 40 degrees at night.
Blast the AC.
Blare the music, have that cold air on me, and just sing as loud as I possibly could.
Oh yeah, you gotta like pump yourself up.
Yes, I'm like, of course, I mean, so y'all know I like to sing Broadway tunes. Like,
my favorite channel is classic Disney songs.
Is it?
In the car, and I will get it to some Belle.
Oh
Beauty
yeah,
Beast. I love that soundtrack.
I have like to sing On My Own from Les Mis, and then Bring On the Men from Jekyll and Hyde.
Ooh, so, hey. So you're more classic Broadway. I'm all about the Disney tunes.
I'm totally like showgirl. Should really just be a drag queen, but.
My last desperate measures, which might sound so random, but it works. Whenever I'm really tired and I just I'm so done. Like, I don't even care about the money or my job. Like, I just want sleep. Whenever I'm in the car, I will call I call Tiffany sometimes, but normally you're working too. So my best friend, Kaylee, I talked to her about her before, since we've been best friends since we were 4 years old. I feel like I'm slurring, and I feel like I'm really tired, but okay. Am I slurring?
No.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
So what I like to do is I'll call Kaylee, and if it's like only a 3-minute conversation, because I hate talking on the phone, but we give each other the best pep talks. So it's like, babe, I call Kaylee, I'm like, babe, I'm so tired, I don't want to do this. She immediately kicks it in, and she's like, girl, you're a badass, you got this, okay? You're good, you're going to wake up, you're going to fucking kill it. Freaking kill it. And just that, like, little bit of, like, motivation and being, like, the energy, it so helps. You don't think it will, but it does.
That's it. My best friend and I do that when we're drunk. That's how we know we're drunk. We start having the I love you. Like,
everybody.
You are just so amazing. Like,
I love you
we
so
sit there,
much.
like, it doesn't matter where we are. We just sit there and, like, hold hands and start staring at each other. Like, do you know how, like, proud I am of you and the things? But those pep talks keep you going for the future. Yeah, which is why you always want to hang out with your best friend.
Yeah, you gotta have good energy. Always support a good energy.
Yep. You know what else makes you feel really good? Is when you look good. Like, when you do your hair, like, shower, do your hair and makeup.
That's another... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, it's good. Yeah.
That's the thing that kills me, too. Like, after working so many hours, going and for one of my bartending jobs, I mean, I'm talking about... Tiffany has got me trained on these false eyelashes. So false eyelashes, lipstick, full makeup. But when you're tired and you feel like you look tired, it doesn't help when you're like, I look like shit.
Yeah.
So it's just having those little, like, as I always say, a good cover-up, under-eye cover-up, or a hat. Honestly, I feel like hats almost shield the sun from showing your circles.
Which is why we're both wearing one
Which is why we're wearing our hats.
Even though it's 6 p.m.
It doesn't matter.
Inside a house. It's just so that you on YouTube can't see how... We just didn't have the energy to do our hair. Yeah, like all of you. Like, y'all get it. I would explain ourselves, but y'all get it.
Everybody, yeah, you guys know. That's why I also say, too, like, I found this lipstick that we're both wearing, Lady Ball's lipstick right now, and I feel like it is just my one thing. No matter how tired or shitty I feel like I look, when I put on this lipstick, I go into like, it's like my power mode. I'm like, okay, got my red lips on. I feel like a boss. Let's go.
Whose lipstick is this again? Is this Too Faced?
Too Faced Melted Matte.
Yes, those are so good because they don't go places.
I wore this. I put it on at 8:30. When I got home from work at 6 a.m., it had not moved, and it took 3 layers of coconut oil to get it off. But it's amazing. It's great.
Yeah. And red lipstick is always classic and will just always make you look put together.
A girl that showed me this lipstick for our beauties, she said it's like the sisterhood of traveling pants of lipstick because it doesn't matter what shade your skin is, this red lipstick works. And it's Lady Balls by Too Faced Melted Matte. And I went and bought my own after I used hers one night because it's amazing.
It's true. It's a true red, so that it is a primary color. So no matter what your tone is, it will fall in place. And it's that classic red. Since we don't wear which actually would look good also on the other people, everybody else, no matter your skin tone, because it's a primary color.
Interesting.
We just would never actually wear it because it's insane. But it's the same reason why this color looks
great on you. But are you freaking crazy?
Yes. So that's great, but it's yellow. So how about you not do that?
No, we're not supporting yellow lipstick.
But yeah. So today I want to talk to you about flat irons because this is probably the number one tool girls use besides a blow dryer is a flat iron. Yet nobody has ever taught, or most people haven't been taught, how to use a flat iron.
That's what you were saying when you were going to cover the straight irons, like the flat irons.
Yes.
I was like, I don't really know. I feel like every single girl I know owns a flat iron, whether it's a good one or not. Like someone owns it, but I didn't realize the little things that I never even would think. I'm like, okay, you turn it on and it straightens your hair, and then you're good to go. But there's so many little nuances that
will make it your life easier, things so much better if you can actually understand the basics of it. Number one basic to think about is that you're heating the hair on both sides between two solid surfaces. So that's how you're going to get a flat hair. That's how you're getting flat hairs because you're putting heat through both sides.
Pancaking it.
Yes, exactly. You got both of them. The coating on the flat iron matters a lot. You want to use something that does have a great coating. I always swear by ceramics. The ones I use are from Cloud9, which actually have some kind of mineral crushed up into the coating that passes the heat through to the hair much better, much quicker, and then hold it in the hair so you can manipulate it longer.
So if there's not, I thought they were all ceramic. Is that not the case?
No, because you can have like tourmaline, you can have, if they don't say things, if it's just a metal heat, that stuff will just break your hair.
That makes sense though, because I used to just go get a $20. I don't even really use a straightener anymore. Well, I mean, sometimes, but not really, because I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, ladies. We spend a lot of money on our hair color, shampoos,
conditioner.
Like not necessarily. A lot of people try to use drugstore and supermarket shampoos. Those you might as well like go to the salon and just like hand us some money and walk out, because when you use things like that, you're just wasting all the money you spent in the salon, because all that stuff will just strip out everything that the salon did, make your hair worse, so that you have to come in to see me and pay me twice as much money to fix the things that you're doing at home.
And yet I'm still using a Garnier Fructis.
Are you really?
Yeah, that's what I got in my shower right now, and it sucks.
We're gonna have a talk after this.
I need better. I know I need better. You should have seen the look you just gave me. You do what?
Oh no, yeah. She left some shit in my shower, and I'm going to just throw it away. So.
Well, you throw it, but I had to buy shampoo and conditioner in
Yeah,
Peru.
I knew that's where it was from.
If our beauty smokers remember from episode 1, I told you I got everything taken out of my bag rushing through the airport. So when I was in Peru, everything was in Spanish, and I was like, shampoo, conditioner, okay, like this works.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't. You should just use like dish detergent.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to flat irons.
Back to flat irons. So yeah, there's a great video by Guy Tang who shows like they take 2 wefts of hair that have been colored and put a flat iron to it and hold it to it for like 10-15 seconds at a high temperature and a lower temp. No, actually, I think they just do the high temperature and put it on the hair, and it actually shows how much color gets removed from your flat iron. You know, like, this is why hairstylists preach heat protectors. It's not because we want to sell you a product. Well, most of us, you know, it's because it actually does something to your hair. So learning to put a heat protector on and learning to turn your temperatures down is a huge thing. This will be a very quick thing. If you have fine, delicate hair, use your flat iron at about 275. 275 should be all you need. My flat iron that I have, when I turn it on, starts at 350. So nobody that I know.
Mine starts at 350 too.
Nobody thinks ever to turn it down. There is a temperature gauge on it for a reason. Higher heat does not make a better curl, does not do it faster, does not make it hold longer. Actually, you're doing the opposite. The higher heat you go to it, the more likely that your style is going to fall out and you're going to end up with limp curls. Even a lot of stylists don't understand
this. The same thing with straighteners.
Oh yeah, like if you straighten it and you want your humidity to come back, just like burn all that moisture out there so that it searches for it from the atmosphere.
That's what I was wondering, because even this week, I know you told me it was an accident actually, because I was just in a rush and I went to use not a straight iron, but I was using a curling iron, and I was just in a rush and I turned it on and it was at 380 and I just like curled my hair and it fell out so fast. But the other thing is, I used to think, okay, I'm in a rush. I have like 2 minutes just to run a straight iron over my hair just to get like the frizz out. So I put on the highest heat going, okay, so I can just go over it once with this high heat and my hair will be fine. Yet 20 minutes later, I was like, why the hell do I have an afro right now?
Yeah, because you use that high heat. Like, turn your irons down. Lower, so fine hair, 275. Normal hair, 300 to 325. Coarse hair, 350 to 375.
How would you describe what like normal hair? Because I feel like I have fine hair. I have
you
fine
do
hair.
have fine hair.
My hair, I have more of it now that Tiffany has. I cut it off and it's grown out and I've been taking care of it. But my hair is very thin.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, do you feel like you have fine hair? Then you have fine hair. Do you feel like you have coarse Asian hair, Irish hair? Like, you feel your hair, like those gray hairs that come through and you're like, man, this hair's coarse? Then you have coarse hair. If not, you have normal hair.
I like your description. That sounds great.
Like, I mean, it's real. Like, if you feel like you have fine hair, you have fine hair.
Not to mention, you probably have friends who are like, oh my goodness, your hair is so thick, it's so nice. You probably have coarse hair.
Well, no, the reality is people confuse fine, normal, and coarse with density of hair. You can have fine hair and 80,000 hair strands on your head. You can also have fine hair and have 10,000 strands on your head. You can have coarse hair and have 80,000 strands on your head, and you can have coarse hair that has 10 strands on your hair.
Okay, you're gonna laugh at me, but I've never asked you this question, and I always wonder it.
Okay.
Are you saying coarse or horse?
Coarse.
With a C?
Coarse, yes.
Because everyone's on like horse hair, but horse hair's thick, so like that makes sense. Because every time you see like a horse's ponytail, it's super thick. They have super thick hair, so I kept thinking you said horse hair, but no, it's coarse.
Coarse.
Good to know.
Like, rough.
It's one of the things, you know, when you want to ask a question, but you're like, does it really matter? I don't want to seem stupid, but coarse
But no,
hair.
it isn't, because other people have that question. So I would say there are stupid questions. That wasn't one
Just
of them.
like, my voice sounds hoarse.
No, your voice sounds hoarse.
Oh my god.
That's actually hoarse.
So it's hoarse. My voice is hoarse.
Your voice is hoarse. Your hair is hoarse.
I need a nap.
We have Rae has learned something for the day.
Oh my goodness.
So
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So also the thing I want to talk to you guys. So many people question how to curl their hair with a flat iron. The way I always teach it is you take your flat iron vertical, which means.
And do you wanna post a video to show the hand movement?
Yeah.
Of this?
Oh yeah.
I know there are a bunch of videos on YouTube, but the way that you just taught me today, the way that Tiffany teaches it, because I used to watch YouTube videos to try to teach myself how to do it, but I learned after 5 minutes. So we'll post a video that will blow all the other videos.
It'll be a 30-second video. It's so easy.
And you'll learn how to curl your hair with a
If you think about how to curl ribbon with a pair of scissors, to where you take the hair, you bend it at a 90-degree angle on the blade, and then you pull it straight out, is exactly what you're doing with a flat iron. So you take the hair vertical, you pull it 90 degrees, and then you pull it straight out. This is going to put a bend in your curl. The higher your temperature, the more compact your curl will be. The lower the temperature, the softer your curl will be. So you can do everything with that exact same motion in different temperatures.
I feel like it sounds, it's difficult to describe because
it's so simple.
It's a flick of the wrist, and it really is simple. Once you get the motion down, it's exactly like you said, the scissors with the ribbon, but it's just that original getting the turn radius right.
Yeah.
So that's why I said we'll post a video. But the way that, I don't know how you probably described it best, but when you put your hair into it, it's twist your wrist almost like you're turning a knob.
Yeah.
And you just take the end of your hair to follow the twist of your wrist, and then you pull it down.
I think people make it so much more complicated than it needs to be. Like, people will try to keep spinning it around, so it spins around the flat iron. That shit is not necessary.
Well, the funny thing is it's simple and you get the motion down, but I'll do 5 strands with the straightener to curl it, and at that 6th strand, I grab my hair and I go, wait, what motion am I supposed to do again?
Yeah.
So it
gets to a funky angle.
Yeah, it's a funky angle, but it is really easy. And the curls, it's a looser, more almost natural curl than a.
Well, I mean, it really depends on the temperature. I will show you. I'll put a video in this of the different types of curls you can get with different temperatures, so you guys can really see that. But you can also do other things with it. You can ribbon curl it to where you just kind of hold the flat iron flat and you kind of tap it over your hair, bending your hair. I'll show that also, so that it gives you an S wave. That's going to give you a much flatter curl. But you can do, there's some crazy things they're doing out there. I don't necessarily think they're all necessary. They're really cool though, you're turning, flipping, twisting. I mean, the idea is that you're heating up the hair with 2 irons, like I started with, 2 irons, and then the way you manipulate the hair is how the hair will lay, because you think of it as an artist. I think of it as heating up metal and reshaping it to the forms that I want it to see. So depending on how I heat it and cool it is how it goes. But for the 101 aspect of it, think about curling your hair like curling ribbon with shears. But I will leave you with a really easy tip. If you're going someplace and you don't have an iron, or you're on a cruise and they won't let you have an iron, a flat iron makes a very good iron for your clothes.
I've used that before.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend, this is going to sound very stupid, don't use it while you're wearing your shirt. Except I have done it to the point where if I just had one wrinkle in the front and I had the shirt on, then I can just crimp, almost you just grab it and you wear it out. But I've done that before to wear sleeves on my shirts. You just flat iron it out.
Yep. Also, yeah, I think about temperatures with that as well.
Because back in the day, people used to use the actual clothing irons to straighten
To
their hair. Didn't
Oh yeah, totally. I think that's how it probably all started.
I think that's exactly how it started.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have to do that anymore, because not only do I not iron clothes, I'm definitely not using it to iron my hair. I have a steamer.
Oh, I have a steamer too. I don't have
steamer all day. I fully support the steamer.
Well, because I wear dresses, so yeah.
I don't know. I just got to the point where apparently I'm too old to have wrinkles in my clothes, so I have to use. I wasn't about to start ironing now, so. Just basically, the combine is for lack of a better term, an audition to kind of. Actually, no, it's better. It's a showcase for college athletes that are pursuing their NFL careers to show their skill level. Okay. Whereas college football players, specifically, this is what the combine is for that I'm talking about, they have their stats, they have their games that they played or whatever, but this is basically their opportunity over a certain amount of drills that I'll explain to you, that they do these drills and they record their time, they also do their weight to height, hand, arm measurements, everything, to kind of get a full profile rundown on them as an athlete. So the thing is that the combine is really useful because it does show you stats, it does show you what the athlete is capable of, but I don't think that anyone should take that score of their drills exclusively, because, and I don't remember the names right now, but there were 2 top wide receivers and running backs in the NFL right now that had terrible combine scores. I'm really sorry. I need to look up the names for them. I forgot.
Oh, good.
No sleep. But they had some of the worst combine scores, and they are now 2 very, very successful players in the NFL. So you can't just look at their scores exclusively. You have to look at the overall picture. Just like me, I had a 4.0, but I did shit on the SAT because I had testing anxiety, something like that, comparable. So in the combine, these are the drills that they do. Okay. It's the 40-yard dash, a bench press, a vertical jump, a broad jump, a 3-cone drill, 20-yard shuttle, and 60-yard shuttle.
It sounds like tryouts to the Olympics.
Yeah, so it's basically just, little drills that show different skill sets.
Mm-hmm. Or the beginning of Hunger.
Or the Hunger Games.
So, let's go with that analogy.
So, like I said, you all our beauties and ballers know how lady boner I get for NFL. So, just real quick, and I do have this written down just because I don't know these players yet. I focus more on NFL, but these are the top performers for the 2019 Combine that you should be looking for in the NFL draft, because they are more than likely going to be the top NFL draft prospectives.
Okay.
So we have they actually, by the way, I should mention this, today being Monday was the last day of the Combine. So they do different days based on your player position. So at the end of the Combine, the number 1 performer for the 40-yard dash was Zedrick Woods. He's a safety from Mississippi, into the 40-yard dash in 4.29 seconds. So that's number 1 for that one. For the vertical jump, there's Juan Thornhill. He's a safety from Virginia who did a 44-inch vertical jump. That's where where you just straighten your base, jump up.
I have a hard time with 12.
I have a 2-inch vertical. I used to train for the vertical jump for soccer when I was going, and you can train, you can get I had ups. Yeah. I do not have ups anymore. David Long actually took number 1 for the 3-cone drill and the 20-yard shuttle. He's a cornerback for Michigan. He did a 3-cone drill in 6.45 seconds, and he did the 20-yard shuttle in 3.97 seconds. And last but not least, we have Taylor Rapp. He's a safety for Washington. He did the 60-yard shuttle in 11.33 seconds.
Wow.
Which I actually had looked at all the players that performed yesterday, and 4 people from today, most of them being safeties, beat out their wide.
That's awesome.
Run. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm just saying, keep a lookout for those names for the NFL draft. They're probably more than likely going to be mentioned.
Look out for your fantasy football. Look at me giving sports advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tiffany's in the zone. I am so hyped on the Saturday the 2nd, Orlando City Soccer had their opening game to start their season.
Orlando was super excited for this too.
Orlando gets hyped over their soccer, which I'm very happy to see because it's a very new team. And so we had our season opener for Orlando City Soccer. They played the New York City FC, which was a good game. It ended up being a tie, 2-2. Orlando City was down by 2 goals, and they came back to tie it. Which, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, Orlando City is very good at tying. When they have very many opportunities to win, they tie, which is way better than a loss. But hopefully this season proves to be more wins than ties. But so we had a Ofori for the New York FC score. We had Ring for the New York FC score. And then we had Mueller and Akindel. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Akindel for Orlando City Soccer to come back and tie it. Those were the 4.
Can you show me pictures of them so I feel
We are going to do a hotness rankings for
Okay.
soccer players. I already have it planned out.
Yay!
So just like we did the hotness rankings for the football teams, I'm going to do this for soccer.
I feel much better when I know what they look like. I can actually
Well, you
correlate
like to
it in
put
my
the,
brain.
you can't just say a name, like you want to be able to put it to faces.
Well, that's what, like, in my career, I'm very much a visual person.
Me
so.
too. And I noticed that you liked watching football after you knew who the players were.
Yeah,
It makes more
even
sense.
though I can't see them, but in my mind, I can see them
Yeah,
and tie
exactly.
it to them.
So I am so, beauties and ballers, you don't understand how excited I am right now. Because Orlando City Soccer opener, we're going into the soccer season, which is my #1 forte.
And beauties and ballers, I played soccer. I was a stopper, kind of, I think maybe once a sweeper, but I think I've always been a stopper. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I was aggressive,
She
but...
speaks and she stops. She stops.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So no, from what I remember from my soccer career was that they would always yell at me and tell me to go for the ball and not the person because I would just
Take them out.
I would just trip them. Like I got great joy from that.
So I just went over who scored for the game for Orlando City versus New York FC. So I do want to mention that even though it was a tie, Orlando City had a higher possession percentage throughout the entire game. They held the ball more than New York FC, and I'm very, very proud of Orlando City for that. It just shows that we have a good season ahead of us. They are going to play the Chicago Fire in Chicago on the 9th, so that would be a good game to watch. So, I'm using this as an intro into going into Soccer 101, which I am totally stoked for because, in case you did not know, I have played soccer since I was 2 years old. My entire life was about soccer. I was always on 2 state cup teams. I always played for school. I literally was an angel, and I was like, well, not the teacher's pet, but I was always good and didn't screw up because it was, I wake up, soccer for hours in the morning, go to school, soccer for hours at night, homework, go to bed. If I didn't have good grades, couldn't play soccer. So that's basically all I did.
That sounds like my sister.
I lived and breathed soccer. I did everything for soccer. Even when the soccer practice was over and the lights shut off, my mom or dad would sit there with their headlights on towards the goal and let me practice for an extra hour. I
would just
it was my passion. Like, I didn't need anything else. Like, that was my outlet. Like, if I was ever angry, it was soccer. If I was ever sad, soccer. But, fortunately, I had 6 full rides to college, and I also had a professional soccer contract to go play in Scotland when I was my last year of high school. And due to unfortunate circumstances, I was injured, and I lost everything because a girl hit me with her car.
Oh.
Yeah, a girl hit me with her Durango, and I blew out my knee, my back, and along with some other circumstances, I actually ended up losing every soccer scholarship I had and losing a 3-year contract because I was always going to go to college. It really was an option for me and my family, which is fine. But I was going to put college on hold, and I was going to move to Scotland for 3 years and play in Glasgow. But everything happens for a reason. I didn't end up playing, but my passion is still there, and I'm hoping to be reporting for soccer in the near future. But I'm going to impart on you my soccer knowledge in Soccer 101. So that is what we're going to get into next, and I'm so excited. My voice is cracked again. But I'm so stoked, and we're going to go over Soccer 101. I'm going to teach you some soccer moves. I add that to our YouTube channel, some flip kicks and cool
Can we go
moves.
play like?
Frick yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, because I've played soccer. I can't run. I mean, as far as like the stuff, once you get to that running position, I can do.
I got my new boots
Yeah.
broken in. I'm ready to get on the field. I only wear 2 types of cleats, and I've worn them for the last. Now that I'm, by the way, after 2 years of physical therapy, I can play again, but it's different after going through that. Your life changes and stuff. So Soccer 101, and I'm actually going to spend a little bit more time on this than I did basketball because soccer is my whole life.
She loves it. I love it.
My eyes, am I glowing? Because I feel like I glow when I.
This is like, for all the sports, this is my favorite sport.
Oh, so good. I'm excited. So you like
this
this
is
too.
like archery.
Oh, wait. Archery?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get into the 101s of soccer. I'm going to go into detail. If you do want to know anything more specific, I'm more than happy to tell our beauties and ballers all about anything you want to know about soccer. And Tiffany's going to have to stop me because I'm going to go in too much depth, and she's going to have to tell me shut the frick up.
No, she'll be just fine. We'll be fine.
So episode 11, make it heaven. We're talking about soccer. It's going to be heavenly.
I'm so excited for this because I actually understand soccer for the most part, even though I played it for probably years.
Yeah, I literally had a soccer ball at my feet at 2 years old, and nothing stopped me since then.
I know that even though I've played this a lot, I know that I'll learn something from this because nobody explains the shit.
No, see, that's the thing is like you don't know these little nuances, and that's what I'm saying. If you do, our beauty as well as if you do want to know something that I don't mention, I'm more than happy to go into detail about it because sometimes you just want to know, and it's not as simple as just Googling it because it's not the same thing.
Because really nobody's going to do that, and nobody actually explains the 101s of beauty or
sports,
ball
pretty much.
Sports, like nobody explains that. They just automatically assume you know it, and that's why we're making you more bangable because you do know it.
We're making you bangable.
Bangable podcast.
Bang bang, chicka bang bang.
Bang.
Okay, I think that it's time for us to go get some sleep. I'm ready. I say a nap, but that's only because it's 7 o'clock, but I'm ready for sleep. We are going to go to bed, but be sure to follow us on our Instagram at Bangable the Podcast.
Or Facebook Bangable the Podcast.
We have Twitter, Bangable PCast.
You can watch us actually record this on YouTube at Bangable the Podcast.
And you can listen to us at Bangable the Podcast on Spotify.
Soon to be iTunes. And don't forget, if you want to contact us, you can use any of those methods, but you can also email us at bangablethepodcast@gmail.com. Yeah. So thank you for listening to our double-digit episode 10. We out.